Hi YouTube! Oh, whoops. Glasses. Take them off so you can see my beautiful eyeballs. For the past few weeks, I've been doing videos covering Sony's Play 2013 promotion in their PlayStation Store, and today we're going to talk about the one that I was most excited about, and I'm still probably the most ecstatic about, Ducktales Remastered. I've been excited for this game for a while. It was actually announced, if I'm not mistaken, at PAX East this year, back in like March or April, and my friends were at the panel, the Capcom panel that announced it. They played music, and my friends came back and they were all so excited, and I was really jealous that I wasn't there, but that's okay. Ducktales Remastered is now a thing, and it is available on a multitude of systems, but we're going to specifically talk about it on PlayStation 3 because that's the one that I have it for. Woo-hoo-hoo. The original DuckTales came out way back on the NES back in 1989, I believe, and it is highly regarded as one of the better games on the NES. It's a well-known game for the most part. It's also well known for its cartoon, which is also, I believe, late 80s, early 90s. I was born in 91, so the times in which I played the original DuckTales were, I was probably around 5 or 6, and I was renting it from Tommy K's, the local video game rental store. But I have very fond memories of DuckTales, so I was very excited for this. In DuckTales, you play as the main character, Scrooge McDuck, and the nephews, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, also play a pretty quintessential role, but the only character that you actually play as is Scrooge McDuck. Scrooge McDuck is on a mission to get as rich as humanly possible, or as duckily possible, I suppose. You may think that there are limits to how rich you can be, but no, Scrooge McDuck breaks all of those limits. The rich get richer, and you are going to help him do that in this game. There is a little intro level to learn how to play as Scrooge McDuck. Basically, all he does is run around and uses his cane, because he's a feeble old duck, and he uses it like a pogo stick to hop on top of enemies and kill them. After that little tutorial level that wasn't in the original game, there are the 5 original levels that were in the original game. The Amazon, the Himalayas, the African mines, Transylvania, and the moon. Sometimes you're collecting coins, sometimes you're collecting soup pieces, sometimes you're collecting ship parts, keys, etc. And the overall goal is to get the super rare item that's worth a whole lot of money at the end of the level. Each of these 5 levels has its own unique enemies, its own unique music, its own unique feel, and they're beautiful. They're just plain beautiful. Just look at them. The boss battles are also unique to each level. They're more or less evasion and then attack kind of a dealio going on. DuckTales Remastered is still a 2D side-scrolling platformer game just like the original. It's just that now all of the art is like super duper beautiful. It's all hand-drawn animation, and it's all attributed to the original cartoon series, so it's all the same artwork as you would see in there pretty much, while of course staying true to the style of the original NES game. All of the characters from the original game in the cartoon series are also returning. You got Launchpad, you got Webigail, you got Mrs. Beakley, who comes to give you cakes and ice creams because they're so healthy and refill your health. Why can't I live in a world where ice cream and cake makes me healthier? Why? Why? You might also notice that the voices sound fairly familiar. That's because they actually rehired a bunch of the original DuckTales animated series cast for this game.
Brigadoon!
What is it, Uncle Scrooge?
It's a treasure map, lads. And no ordinary treasure by the look of things.
The difficulty modes, easy, medium, hard, are returning exactly the same. You play on easy, you got less enemies to defeat, they move a little bit slower, stuff like that. Hard, you're gonna have a much harder time for obvious reasons. It's called hard for a reason. Now, the one downside to this game on the NES has always been that it's just way too short. There are bits and pieces added to this remastered version, things like longer cutscenes and the actual animated scenes for the cutscenes and stuff like that. Not to mention, even though the game itself is pretty short, there's tons of secrets hidden all around, so replaying through it, you'll discover new different things every time. But it is still kind of short. Definitely a downside. However, the creators have done something beautiful. Now, even after you beat the game, there's a huge incentive to keep playing because there's a little museum that you can take a walk over to into your mansion. And in this museum, you'll see purchasable items with your money from the game. Things like character sheets for all the characters, concept art, sketches, art from the TV show, and even music. They have the music that you can listen to from both the remastered version game and the original game. I've personally played through some of the levels 3 or 4 times, and I'm totally prepared to play through them again because I still haven't collected enough money for all of the music, and I really want it all. And did I mention, when you collect all the money, you can actually go and dive into your money and swim around for a little bit just to see what it feels like. Anyway, Ducktales Remastered by Capcom is available now on the PlayStation Network, and I will put a link down below to the PlayStation Store Play 2013 promotion, which is going on currently. Yay! Please do let me know if you've gotten a chance to check out Ducktales Remastered, or if you played the original and are a fan of it, or if you are excited to eventually try Ducktales Remastered. And that's it, I believe, for right now, so love you! Mwah! Deeku deeku deeku!
Solve a mystery or rewrite